The only way we could come together, in my opinion, as a cohesive group, as a cohesive unit, with any effectiveness whatsoever to do anything about what's going on and to save our republic, we would have to be activated by a cue from on high. Well, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, January the 6th, and if there's any special sauce going to be poured on our Big Mac of America, it's going to be today, right? That's what they say. Did you see that sunrise? Beautiful, beautiful out here. So, what does today mean? I don't know. It may not mean a darn thing. It may not mean anything at all. It may just be January 6th of 2020, and that's all it is, you know. Oh, and yes, it happened to be the day that the Electoral College vote is confirmed. So it might just happen to be that too, but it might also be a big day in terms of patriot activity. We know there's a bunch of folks, you know, descending upon Washington, D.C. Really, many of them, most of them there by now. And, you know, the idea is for them to march, to, I don't know if it's a protest. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not going. I had to work. We're running on a skeleton crew, and I'm thankful I'm working. Been doing the last minute things, topping off gas tanks, propane bottles, you know, just all of the little things. Got the generator charged up. I'm going to show you guys in another video soon. I've been meaning to do this, just hadn't had the time yet. But I did get me a little solar array and a solar generator, or I guess solar power station. I'll go over the specs and stuff in a video exclusive to that, but it's a really cool deal. I think it's an interesting thing, and it should serve us well should we need to use it, or when we need to use it. Well, listen, what do you guys think is going to happen today? Do we think that you know, Trump is going to pull this out? Look, I have heard reports and seen videos, and who knows if these people know what they're talking about or not. They are smart people who seem to know what they're talking about, who speak with authority anyway, and in some instances have offered some sources. But there have been a handful of videos that I've seen and been told about by Mrs. RWP and some other folks that I know, where they're claiming that Trump has waited all this time, that we are down here to the, you know, 2 minutes to midnight, as it were, that he did that on purpose to give everybody a chance to either do the right thing or reveal themselves as vermin, as snakes, as swamp creatures. All of these judges that have thrown these cases out, all of these you know, mayors and governors who have done these unconstitutional lockdown procedures, and you know, all of the different things that are going on right now. It's given everybody a chance to see who's on what playing field. We're able to see what Republicans are turncoats to the Republican Party. We're able to see what Democrats have sympathy to some degree for the Republican Party, or align with on some level. So it is interesting. If this is true, and Donald Trump is indeed waiting, you know, to see how everybody's going to act, and then at the last minute, you know, and give them a chance to do the right thing, and then at the last minute, all right, time's up. You all had plenty of time to do the right thing, make the right decision, but you didn't. So here comes the boom. maybe that's it. The cockeyed optimist in me wants that to be so. Not to mention the fact that I just so badly would love to just shove that article of clothing in the noses of those bad dogs. I would love it. I truly would. So there's that one thinking, and then also, I did a Patreon video last night, and I mentioned, and it was a last minute warning message, and I mentioned that I'd heard from several sources that some 300,000 troops, National Guard troops, had been activated for this thing today in Washington, D.C. And, of course, I cannot confirm that number. I have seen other numbers. I've seen 100,000. I've seen 350,000. Others say there's not going to be more than 1,000. Who knows? I don't know. But if indeed, I'd also commented last night that if a quarter of the people who I have heard reports of are going to be there, then there should be some 800,000 people or so there. If a quarter of the people show up, who are allegedly going to show up, who are being talked about as the numbers that are going to show up. So that's millions of people they're talking about if they do all come. 2 or 3 million or so. But if that many people are expected to come, even if it's 800,000, even if it's 500,000, even if it's 300,000, wouldn't they need a big number if they thought something was going to pop off? And so I've heard it two different ways. I've heard that the National Guard is there to stop and quell any pro-Trump actions or activities, any pro-Trump stances, any pro-Trump individuals who try and take any measures to I don't know, protect the country, stop the steal, expose the fraud, do anything that would reveal the true results of this past election that has been stolen. The other train of thought I have heard about it is that they are there to be activated specifically by President Trump, at which point we will all be activated. Now, what do you think about this? Will we, you and I, American citizens, patriots, be activated? This is what I have said privately all along, and I'll say it briefly here. The only way we could come together, in my opinion, as a cohesive group, as a cohesive unit, with any effectiveness whatsoever to do anything about what's going on and to save our republic, we would have to be activated by a cue from on high, because otherwise we're all just floundering in the dark, not knowing, the head not knowing what the tail is doing, and vice versa. It's there would have to be some leadership and some direction. And I can't think of a better way than if the commander-in-chief gave a directive. Said, here we go. So I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. I'm just telling you that today is a day to be watchful and mindful of. And everybody, keep your head on a swivel, watch your six. So, this day could come and go with no fanfare whatsoever. But we will see. On that note, I'm going to see you guys later. I'm the Real World Prepper. Thank you so much for listening. See you later.